I'm here today with Helen Matthews, who's the Deputy CEO of Cure Parkinson's. Helen, can you tell us a bit about Cure Parkinson's and how it started?
So Cure Parkinson's was founded in 2005 by 4 people living with Parkinson's who felt that there was so much more that needed to be done in the hunt for a cure for Parkinson's. It was a really interesting time. A lot of pharmaceutical companies had left the Parkinson's space because their drugs had gone generic, and there was a lack of investment. A couple of years earlier in the States, the Michael J. Fox Foundation had just come into being, and we really felt there was a need for an organisation in the UK solely focused on cure. And so that's what we did. We set ourselves up, and the charity has gone from strength to strength, investing in fascinating research, driving a range of different targeted research towards a cure.
And there was somebody called Tom Isaacs, who's a bit of a legend in the Parkinson's community, who I think was instrumental in setting up Cure Parkinson's. Can you talk a bit about him as well?
Absolutely. So Tom was a very old friend of mine and also our CEO, Will Cooks. He developed Parkinson's at the age of 26. And in 2002, it actually took him a whole year, between 2002 and 2003, he walked 4,500 miles around the coastline of Britain. And while doing that, he met thousands of people living with Parkinson's. And for him, I think the reality of recognizing that everybody with Parkinson's was so different and the way that everybody was presenting was so different. For him, it became absolutely apparent that this was not just one condition. It was an umbrella for a number of different types of Parkinson's. And for him, that was another key area of research that he wanted Cure Parkinson's to focus on.
And can you tell us a bit about what the goals of Cure Parkinson's are and how it differs from other organisations?
Cure Parkinson's has a very, very simple aim, and that is to slow down Parkinson's, to stop it, reverse it, and ideally prevent it from happening at all. Now, cure means different things to different people, dependent on where they are in their diagnosis and their path with Parkinson's. So if you're very newly diagnosed, you don't ever want to have had that diagnosis. If you've been living with Parkinson's for a few years, you'd like to stay exactly where you are. If you've been living with Parkinson's for quite a long time, you don't want this to happen to anyone else.
How does Cure Parkinson's collaborate with other organisations that do things with Parkinson's?
So, Jodie, Cure Parkinson's is a very small team, and we are very focused on what we have to do. And that means that we collaborate extensively because it enables us to move faster. We work very, very closely with Michael J. Fox Foundation, Parkinson Canada, Parkinson's UK, Shake It Up Australia, to name just a few. So for us, this is about collaboration. We know that we will get to our goal faster if we are working really effectively, co-funding where we can, because it means that our funding goes much, much further, but also proactively raising money to drive towards a cure.
Can you give some examples of the sort of projects that Cure Parkinson's is doing at the moment?
One of our lead programs is our International Linked Clinical Trials program, which is very much about taking drugs of interest that might be repurposed or repositioned from other diseases and testing them in Parkinson's, because there's very, very strong and very good biochemical reasons to do so. This program, which actually is now in its 11th year, we have more than 20 trials that have been completed of 15 different drugs, which has involved close to 1,500 people. We've got 21 active trials ongoing of 17 different drugs, which is involving nearly another 3,000 people with Parkinson's. So this program that started back in 2012, actually, now is really gaining traction, and we are testing a broad range of ideas of drugs that have the potential to change the course of Parkinson's and be disease modifying.
So you obviously focus on research into Parkinson's. How do you keep the admin costs down so that as much money as possible goes towards the research?
We have a very small and very dedicated team. And actually, Jodie, when the charity very first set up, it started from my flat and Tom's attic. Then I sold my flat. So then we moved into the vestry of a church, which was a shared space, complete with the church mice. So we've never had glamorous premises, and I think even in the COVID world, we've all slightly hot desked it. So people coming in different teams on different days, everybody working from home, everybody very committed in the team. We have an extraordinary committed team here.
And what are some of your plans for the future?
Well, clearly to find a cure and put ourselves out of business.
Well said. Can you talk a bit about your personal journey and how you got involved with the Parkinson's community?
I've had the privilege of being involved with the Parkinson's community since Tom started walking. I had the joy of meeting a huge number of people with Tom, with Parkinson's, and like him, I really realised that there was something that needed to be done here. There was a need for energy to drive change for a cure. And that is something that we've held very close to our hearts here at Cure Parkinson's. We need to make sure that there are brilliant bits of advice out there from organisations like Davis Phinney that are offering brilliant advice for living well now, which allows us to really concentrate on what we do, which is drive for a cure.
Well, Cure Parkinson's sounds fantastic. Thank you very much. I guess my final question is, so if I want to help Cure Parkinson's, how can I raise money or contribute to the organisation?
We have a very simple way of doing that. Log onto our website, which is cureparkinsons.org.uk. There's a big donate button at the top. But more importantly, sign up to our newsletters, because e-news comes out once a month. And with that, there is a plethora of ideas for fundraising and activities that are ongoing, as well as research news. So it's bringing the two together. And also follow us on social media. There are always good and interesting things coming through from our pipeline.
This is one of several videos with Cure Parkinson's, speaking to Helen Matthews and Simon Stott. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos every Thursday.